Hello again. Yep. I'm going to keep doing these because it's easier for me, and I didn't get any complaints, got a little bit of positive feedback. I think I might also try putting this on YouTube or in one of the podcast apps. I don't know how hard it is to put something on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, but I'm going to give it a shot. I plan to do it this weekend, but I got lazy because I have difficulty adjusting to an unpredictable schedule. Even in Madang, whenever we were on, we were heading out to the villages, and occasionally, once or twice, we actually got left out in the villages, 3-4 hours past when we were supposed to be picked up, which is a pain in the butt. But while I've been on the ship, the trouble I've had is it's difficult for me to, it's been 3 weeks of not having clear bookends to days or when work ends. So sometimes whenever I have free time, I act incredibly lazy because I'm hogging it, right? Like I don't know when I'm going to get more free time. So that's not a great attitude to have, and I'm working on it. But yeah, it's been, like I said, been busy, been a little chaotic. We have succeeded, however. We have parts for the generator and the lube oil for the steering gear. I actually have attached also a video of the drive shaft being inserted, which is very exciting. That is the big, that's the big one. There's still more to do, of course. There's actually a problem with finishing up the drive shaft and propellers and rotors. I'm not sure where they belong, but I just heard recently that there are 5 bolts that look normal, but are in fact like proprietary, like they're a very specific length and a particular threading. So because we held stuff in storage for 5 years, there's a good chance that they're gone. They got used on a different project. It wasn't obvious that they were important, so they just got used, which is not good, but I guess you just have to expect it. So prayers that we find those, and it's not too expensive to get new ones. But yeah, the generator rebuilds is going well. We have a man by the name of Mike who's been here for the past week. He can only be here for a limited time, and we were desperate to get the parts that he could use to repair our generators down in the engine room. So those are necessary. They help. They're needed to start the diesel engines. They run the air compressor, the big air compressors for the big chunky diesel engines. So that's pretty important. But he's been working hard and made a lot of progress, and we were able to get all the parts that he needs, that's exciting. We also have a new person on board who's going to be here for a little while longer, I think. His name is Joe. He's our designated person ashore, which is involved more with the safety side of things. And he's also been really excellent to have, because within less than a week, it's been like 3-4 days since he got here, and he already has a handle on the relationships and the dynamics and the struggles or the tensions that are between different members of the crew. So I think he'll be great to have, even for a little while, because he'll I think he'll be able to help straighten some of that out, especially because while I can see there's certain attitudes and struggles that are there, they're between people who are like, 60 and 70. It just makes it more, I don't have the sort of experience or the authority to make him sit down and say and sort it out. But he does. He's older, and he's been involved in missions for a very long time and was a sailor for a while, and so understands those dynamics and understands how the chain of command works. So he'll be good to have around. Just keep us in your prayer. We're hoping to get more volunteers on board soon. The difficulty with a mission organization is you cannot really, we're quite tightly budgeted, so we can only afford to, well, I know you won't be able to tell anybody because you're on the other side of the world, but keep this secret. We're only paying some of our people. Other people are paying to be here, and yes, so obviously we can't afford to pay really, serious staff, so we don't have like a designated cook. It's just a couple of hospitality people, and that's challenging both for the hospitality people and for a couple of our crewmates who are hoping for certain kinds of food. So we went to a church to do a awareness, is what they're calling it. They try and do some recruiting and a small message as well. So that was fun. It's been like 8, 9, 10 months since I've done a church outreach, like a message at a church as a missionary. So that was cool. A little rusty for my public speaking and my talk pissing, but it was good, and it was a good church. Very, maybe a little unusual to me, but it was a good church nonetheless. But so hopefully we're going to be able to recruit some people to help just with odd jobs. That's what I also try to do during the week. Whenever I finish paperwork or whatever, I try to do my best to help out. And so having, the chief steward and the chief purser, and the purser also have to be involved with keeping the place clean. It just not 100% ideal. And I'm willing to help out where I can, but it'd be good to have. So that's a prayer point. Pray for us that we get more people. I think that won't be as much of a problem once we're out on the ocean, but you can't. Well, a mission place can't attract with pay, but the way that it attracts people is how much work is it doing for the kingdom? Like, is it obviously helping people? And when we're stuck in dry dock, the help that we're it's all prep. We're not actually helping anybody right now. We're just getting ready. So it's a lot harder to attract volunteers. I think that's everything. Thanks for listening, and just keep us in your prayers, and I appreciate your support, and I think that this will be the way to keep in contact. So good night.